Why? In other words, what's the resistance?
Oh, the resistance. The resistance is, I think, pretty apparent. There are people in positions of authority and power who won't listen to the idea that they could get better results that they control by relying on this approach to making collective decisions. Instead, they presume, you mean somebody else is going to be in this story? I'm going to lose control, I'm going to lose authority, my power is going to be diminished. So the first is a kind of institutional preservation that's, I think, misconstrued, but is very much present. The second problem is, and the source of resistance is, people call things that they're doing consensus building or mediation. They don't understand best practice. They're just trying to go do some work, get a contract, take a little bit that they've learned from one arena and try to expand their scope. They don't really know what they're doing.
Give me a specific example of that.
Oh, we have public agencies like the Interior Department completely committed to collaborative processes of decision-making and natural resource management. And then when I look closely at the collaboratives, the agency chooses who will represent the stakeholders. They don't choose their own participants. The agency says, these are the ground rules, take it or leave it. The participants don't help craft the ground rules for the process. The neutral is an agency staff member. They do not understand the concept of neutrality. And the product is not a written agreement that everybody initials and takes back and sells within their organizations. It's a recommendation as perceived by the agency. So thank you for participating in this collaborative process. We'll let you know what we decide to do. That's not a negotiated agreement. So I've got an agency claiming to be completely committed to the concept of collaborative processes, and citing the kind of work that I and other people do as the inspiration for what they're doing, and then violating the absolutely basic premises of good practice.
Well, it sounds to me that in some ways you have a real serious risk then, because not only does that kind of procedure not work for the immediate case, but also contaminates what people understand it to be all about.
Right, and that's why I was saying that the second source of resistance is the misperception of what this is, not based on a lack of knowledge, but based on the perception of something that somebody claimed was this and didn't represent best practice. So the first is people fearful, inappropriately, of a loss of power. The second is people looking at something that's called this, that's poorly delivered, misconstrued, and produces bad results, and they say, we don't need this stuff. Look at the terrible results you got.